Hey, Abby here, and I just wanted to go live with another Cliqly update. There was a question asked a couple days ago, and I was going to respond, but I didn't want to start anything. Um, but one of the members had posted, some of their stats, and I think I've shown this um, maybe before, but as you can see, the total revenue generated is a whole lot less than the total expenses. So I wanted to, try and just give some clarity to the numbers and the hype that have been pushed around like the Clickly email system. But one of the members had asked, you guys can see in this comment, it says, what would you say that the value of your list is? Being that your list being that your list that you've built is considered an asset. Not only is it an asset, it's considered to be the very best number one asset of a company. Now, while I'll agree that an email list is an asset and it is very valuable to a company, I would probably argue that, I mean, as of right now, the way these lists are built, the list is not really worth very much at all. Maybe it's worth as much as you're making off the 10-cent clicks every month. Um, but I'd almost argue it's not really even an asset because it isn't something that is sellable. A business is something you could actually build and sell it to a new owner, and it could continue to run whether you run it or not. Like, it's sellable. This list, as far as I know, we're not allowed to sell our Clickly account to anybody else. But let's just say, like, you can, which I don't know why you would because there's an affiliate program now. Um, to where you could just, if you think it's a great business, set somebody up in it. But I don't think you can sell your Clickly account. But if you were able to sell your account, you would have to disclose all the numbers that you're seeing in the original post, which is a loss of $8,000 still. And this person's been in over a year. They've been in as long as I've been in. They've built their list bigger than I have, so they have quite a bit more invested than I do because I'm about to break even actually. So I will have gotten to the point where I've lost no money, but it's taken me over a year just to break even. So, those are things to consider. But usually, when you sell a business, you have to disclose all numbers. So, you would have to tell somebody, like, hey, will you buy this from me? By the way, I'm still in the whole $8,000. So, you would have to sell it for $8,000 just to break even. But obviously, if you're selling a business, you want to make money. But, I'd argue there's no way anybody would ever buy this as is. Now, if you were to just sell the emails, so let's say, hey, I've got 150,000 emails. I'm going to sell these to you. To put a value on that, you still have to know your numbers. You have to know open rate, engagement, revenue generated. There are just things you have to know about your list, like, how engaged is it? Open percentages, click percentages, things like that. Those are all numbers we don't have access to because this technically isn't our business. And we're basically an entity of Cliqly. We're just the people who are emailing for a 10-cent click, basically. And if you were to sell the list to somebody, you would have to say it makes no money. Because if you sell just the list, you can't, the new owner cannot promote the 10-cent link that we're all getting paid on. So, I'd argue that, I mean, I don't think it'd be very ethical to just sell the list because then you're not really selling a business there either because they've got to figure out a way to import all those leads and find a mailer who will allow them to mail the leads, which any mainstream mailer is not going to allow you to import these leads. They're just not. So you'd have to have your own server, your own mailing system. You'd have to figure out a way to email them, but then you're basically exporting an entire list where you have no idea which ones are engaged, which ones no longer wish to be emailed, who doesn't open, who doesn't. We have zero stats in this business, so it's not really a business. So, and I get that people are getting, wires every month and getting paid every week or every other week or however long it takes you to hit $300. But the problem is it takes a huge investment up front to build a big list to then start using the internal system to start mailing. So, I mean, technically, I don't think you can sell this. You'd have to give your affiliate link to allow somebody to, sign up. And I mean, you can check out the business below. I would check out some of my other videos, just running the math, so that you can kind of understand, like, the hype is really good around this, but people just need to know, like, this is a long-term play. You're not going to be making the numbers they're showing within months, or even, I mean, it's going to take you like a year. So there's a lot to this, and I just don't want people to get excited about the hype and get in based on that. Get in based on numbers. So, I mean, this is a perfect example of showing somebody who's built a list. I think they probably have like 250,000 subscribers, I think, but they have spent almost 17, no, I guess 16, it would have to be this number. These two numbers together right here is what they've spent on this business to build that, and this is what they're making daily. And that's if the system is good. There's always a chance that, the IPs can go bad, clicks can go down, delivery goes down, but those are all things you're not in control of. And if you own a business, you really should be able to be in control of all aspects of it. If you're not, then it's probably not sellable. So that's just kind of my 2 cents. That's what I wanted to answer. That's what I wanted to tell the group. But I'm not saying I'm a naysayer. I'm just saying I'm for honesty, and numbers don't lie. So, in my opinion, this list really isn't worth much until we can find a third party that would allow us to actually email these our own offers and not the 10-cent link.